Hi, my name is Carlina from Thunderbolt Power Yoga. This is another one of my advanced flows. This is part 2 of a 2-part hip opening series. This flow culminates with putting your leg behind your head, so make sure you grab yourself 2 blocks and a strap so that we can play safely. I think that's it. So let's go ahead and start upright. You have 2 blocks and a strap. I'm going to ask you to grab 1 block. You can stick it on the lowest setting or you can stick it on the medium setting. Those of you who have done this before, you're going to butterfly your feet, butterfly your knees out to the side, and put the edges of your feet up onto your block. Now, typically, in butterfly or Baddha Konasana, your feet are pretty close to you, but you want your feet to be further forward so that you feel the flesh in the back of your hamstrings start to peel away from your IT bands. And then fold over your legs and start to find your breath. Yoga is a seeker's practice. When you seek, you find the light of your illuminated soul. And that can be very esoteric sounding. So let me share with you an example of what I mean. Curl in, put your forehead down, and just listen and breathe for a moment. Yesterday I did my meditation. And you would think, oh, well, clearly if you do that, then you're seeking and you come away with illumination. But it wasn't through the moment of my meditation that I actually had any sort of aha moment. Afterwards, I realized I was doing a chakra meditation. I was trying to pick one chakra, and I had a difficult time to do that. I found myself wanting to be all over the place. I finally settled on one. And reflecting on that, I realized, well, it's not about the ones that are all erect. It's the ones that are still in order, and that really speaks to something. I found that my 3rd chakra, my sense of myself, my 6th chakra, my 3rd eye center, my discernment, and my crown chakra, my feeling of perspective and connection, they were all intact. And, I was like, that's a pretty good foundation for moving forward, right? So it wasn't necessarily within the seeking or holding on to the moment of meditation where I found my illumination. It was after the fact. And this is how yoga works. For people with the intention, students of a mind to seek, yoga is there to give to you. Just giving you your own light right back to you, reflecting like a mirror. Take a cleansing breath in. Open up, sigh out. And curl up. Upavishta Konasana. Split your legs wide. Stagger if you need to with your neighbor. Go to about your edge. Back off by about 20%. Drop your right elbow down to the inside of your right thigh. You can use a block to prop your elbow up if you need to. Boy, his body's all over the place. Stretch your left arm up and over. Now, listen, you have straps. I'm going to use Naseem, even though she probably eventually won't need it. As an example, she can lasso her foot with her strap, grab just with her left hand and choke up to give herself more space through her left side body to twist open. If you can have your left arm straight without the strap, that's fine. But a strap is a really good thing here because ultimately you're seeking light. You're seeking your own light. And if you're shutting down, how can you find it? Lightness begins with experience. You start something, you suck at it. Then you practice more, you get a little bit better until it becomes doable, and eventually that sense of lightness and ease. Foundation. That ability to say, I'm going to start and I'm going to stay the course. Breathe in. Breathe out to center. Come on up. Switch out. Drop down your left elbow. Ground it someplace. And stretch up and over with your right arm. Again, your strap is available to you. Honor any side-to-side differences in your body. Find the flow of your breath. Your flow begins in the connection of your airways, your prana, your life force. Flip your palm to grip the other way. This way. Your prana, your life force. Send it down into the base of sensation, your hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Come on up to a seat. Pull your legs in, cross your ankles. Close your eyes, settle your eyes to third eye center. Rest your palms anywhere that feels like it represents your most luminous self. Take one cleansing breath in. Open up, sigh out. One round of Om. Inhale. Om. Flutter your eyes open. Inhale your arms overhead. Exhale, roll forward over your knees, downward facing dog. Take a breath or two to pedal out. Move side to side. Shake your head, yes and no. Whatever it is that brings this sense of connection to yourself. 2 areas of great focus can be your hips and or your third eye center. For those of you who are beginning to find awareness in your body, for me, for instance, I did not walk into yoga having very great body awareness. Maybe focus on the bigger parts. Focus on the muscles of your hips. Squeeze them in tighter to your bones. If you have a more seasoned practice, try to move through with your eyes closed. Put your eyes at third eye center. Take a breath in. Breathe out. Breathe into your upper back. Exhale. Look forward, rise up onto your toes. Fill. Make your way up to the top of your mat. Forward fold, step your feet as wide apart as your mat. This is going to be challenging for some bodies. That's okay. You've got a block and straps if you need it. Exhale deeper. Bend your knees deeper. Curl your upper body through your legs behind you. All right, so if it's accessible to you, grab your heels behind you. If not, use your block to your advantage. Stretch it behind you onto the ground. Curl yourself in deeper. Yeah, good. Bend your knees. Take up the gap between your abdomen and your thighs. So much of this is your gaze. Access your upper back to curl in more. Beautiful. Breathe in. Breathe out. Beautiful breath. Slowly keep the curling in your spine. Unravel your arms. Rise up one vertebra at a time. Stack your low back over itself, then your middle back up. Rise your arms up overhead. Breathe in. Keep your legs wide. Fold back through like you're going to curl into the wall behind you. Use your abs. Exhale. Tuck your chin more. Inhale. Rise up. Unfurl. Exhale. Curl in. Use your abs. Use your drishti to take you further. Rise up. Breathe in. Fold forward. Spiral in. Crawl your fingertips forward. Inhale. Stick a block between your legs. Wiggle yourself back. Plank pose. With activation to your block with your inner thighs, focus your energy. Seek Seek your own light. Breathe in. Don't hold on to your breath. Breathe out. Let your breath flow naturally in, but don't be greedy. Look more forward. Breathe out. Puff up your upper back more. Inhale. Just squeeze your block. Exhale. Feel your outer hip muscles into your bones for support. Fill. Put your gaze at third eye center with your eyes closed. Feel for one more breath. Seek internally. Breathe out, lower down to your belly. Cobra pose. You have 2 blocks. Take one block from behind you. Plant them both underneath your hands. You've got it. You can go either any setting, right? Get your blocks underneath your hands. Put your forehead back down to the ground. You're at cobra width distance with your blocks, so make sure your shoulders have enough space. Hug your elbows in now. That's the hard part. Hug your elbows in like cobra. Exhale. Press your hip bones down. Inhale, rise up, cobra. Keep your elbows hugged in. Good, Rebecca. Breathe into the length in the back of your neck. Stay at the top. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. Plank from a deficit. Inhale, tuck your toes, press up. Puff up your upper back at the top. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips high. Find your gaze. Find your path inward. Seek sensation. Ruminate for just a moment, then let it go. You can't hold on. You just have to keep moving forward. Breathe in, look forward. Exhale, step or hop forward, fold. Flat back, inhale. Fold forward, breathe out. Curl up to stand, inhale, lift your arms up, step your feet wide. Exhale, curl through between your legs. Rise up to stand, inhale. Now, if it was me at this point, I'd take a Tittibhasana on the way down. Exhale, fold forward. You can do it if you can do it. I'm inviting you to have some fun here. Inhale, up. Take your time if you're down. One more time, exhale, fold in. Now, curl all the way through. Again, you have a space for a Tittibhasana or a crow. You're set up for either one. Use your abs. Ignite through your center. Breathe in. Whoop. Crow to chaturanga. Breathe out. Lift your butt up if you're in Tittibhasana. Flow back, upward facing, back to downward facing. Rise up onto your toes, look forward. Hop to the top of your mat. Keep your breath in, then exhale as you land. Flat back, fill. Fold, breathe out. Chair pose, sit your butt down. Inhale, lift up through your arms. Shift your weight back into your heels more. Yes, find that space for relaxation through the back of your neck. Breathe in more clearly. Breathe out, hug into your midline more. And choose your position of power. Maybe it's in your hips, maybe it's in your third eye center. Where can you seek with greater discernment, greater sense? Inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Lift up halfway, breathe in. Hop back, chaturanga dandasana. Upward facing dog is your inhale. Downward facing dog is your exhale. Step your right foot forward, bring your strap with you as you rise, warrior one. At the top, pause for a second. In humble, many times people say, get your hands close. I don't want your hands close. I want your arms wide, because ultimately, as you go forward into humble, your strap could wing your arms all the way off of your body. Go to where it's a challenge and a sticking point. If you're too wide, it will just flop. You want to feel a sense of panic. At some point, there will be that, right? because that's where resistance lives in you. And if you need to, come on up. It's a game of inches. Get your fingers just a little closer together. Try to keep sensation, yes, in your shoulders. Exactly. Let your head go. Tuck your chin more. Push your right thigh open more. Work your head toward the ground. Work your hands towards the ground. Good, y'all. Good breath. Keep it up. Inhale, rise up. Stretch your strap straight down to the ground. Lift your heart up. Exhale, flow it out. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward facing dog. Breathe in. Take that openness through your heart. Downward facing dog. Breathe out. Step your left foot forward with your strap. Inhale, rise. Warrior one. Set it up to set it free. Are you taking off into your humble with your left knee dropping into midline? Push it back open. Open up your heart at the top. Stay and find more external rotation through the head of your shoulders. Exhale, take it forward. Try to keep that. For me, if I start to push it too far, my wrists start to bend and I feel crunching there, and or I feel like my elbows are hyperextending. Tuck your chin more. Breathe into the catness of your upper back, spinal flexion. Breathe in. With your core strength, exhale, rise up. Stretch your strap straight down. Inhale into your lifted sternum. Exhale, chaturanga, frame your left foot. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. And close your eyes and take your journey deeper. All right, you can't see yourself anyway here. You can only see bits and pieces, but you can't see yourself as your whole physically. So why are you trying to take in external data points? Caitlin said this, something along the lines of your felt sense, right? Close your eyes, proprioception, develop your ability to see yourself in space, your felt sense. Feel your way into your path. Warrior one with your strap, rise up, inhale. Humble warrior with your strap, maybe you're just a 1/4 inch closer this time. It's a game of inches, incremental progress. Do you want to never have to go back because you injured yourself? And just think about how absurd this is for a moment. How wide you are in your strap compared to a clasped hand, humble warrior, and still how far away from the ground, right? So maybe consider using props more often. It's an advanced thing to do, contrary to popular belief. Rise up. Stretch your strap down. Inhale, lift up through your chest. Exhale, set your strap to the side. Find your flow. Upward facing dog. Breathe in. Find that new breath across your chest that you've been developing. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Left side, step it forward, root to rise. Your path inward is lit by your breath. The fire of Agni in your belly, access your breath, access your fire. Exhale, humble warrior, fold forward. Drive your left inner thigh more open. Let your head go. This is a great place to close your eyes and feel your way into a more lifted right inner thigh. You're going to need that later on when you get your leg behind your head. Rise up to stand. Inhale. Stretch your strap down. Firm up your abs. Chaturanga Dandasana. Let it go. Let it flow. Your flow, your breath, your luminous self. Beautiful, Lynn. Together, inhale. Sigh out. Good. Lift your right leg up and back. Exhale, touch your knee to your right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, knee to nose, cheetah pose. Breathe in, lift up. And breathe out, cut across to the left. Chaturanga, your elbows back. Running man or twisted albatross. Ekapada Kundinyasana. 2. Inhale. Reground, lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, stack your hip open. Exhale, warrior 2, pull through, step forward. Spin your left heel down to the ground. Close your eyes. You can't see it. What's your inner thigh doing? Is it straight, hyperflexed through the inside of your left leg? Can you put 10 more pounds of pressure in the outside of your left foot? Lift your inner thigh up. Sit your right thigh deeper. Feel access in your inner thighs more. Hug your hip bones in to midline. Peaceful warrior, Viparita Virabhadrasana B. Shrug your left shoulder away from your chest. Knit your front 2 ribs in together more. Spin your right pinky towards the ground more. Press as if into an imaginary wall. Straighten your right leg, radiant triangle. Fill. Deconstructed triangle. Exhale forward. Listen, keep your legs in triangle. And actually, everybody shorten your stance in your triangle by about a footprint. All right? Drop down both arms to the ground, like stealth warrior, but with triangle legs. Reach your left hand for the top of your right foot, maybe even your shin. Thread your right arm between the space of your left leg and left arm and right leg. Now stretch your left hand back for your left inner thigh. Press against it. Feel it actually work for you. Feel your quadricep click on. Yeah, you can peel underneath your arm. Look underneath your left armpit. Darby's doing a very nice job of it if you need a visual right here. Good. You can even use a strap if you're limited in your hamstring mobility. You can strap up your right ankle. Hold your strap with your left hand. Stretch this like that one back. Yep. Now lean more into your right leg with your side body. Turn your toes more forward. Good. Breathe in. Side angle bind. Bend your right leg. Your right arm's already in place, right? So just wiggle it underneath your right leg more. Reach your left hand behind your body. If you get your clasp at your hips, move your hands forward to your waist. Takes deeper internal rotation in your shoulders. Look forward, step your left foot into bird of paradise, wide underneath your left shoulder. Exhale, look down. Inhale, stand up. You get a little break in your right leg. Shift your weight into your left leg. If your left leg doesn't want to go straight first, keep your right leg bent. Straighten your left leg more. Lift your chest up more. Then squeeze your right booty more. Start to kick long through your right leg. Quadricep action. Breathe in. Step it back to side angle slowly. Release your right hand towards the ground. Stretch your left arm forward towards the front of the house. Breathe in. Side plank, ground your left hand down to the ground. Stack your right side body over your left side body. Lean your head back as if into a wall. Yes. Pull your left shoulder blade into your spine more. Breathe in, lift your right foot up, rock star, put your right foot to the ground behind you. Try to lift up onto the tiptoes of your right foot. Yes. Nicole, see if you can prop your right heel up off of the ground. Good. Inhale. Shift more weight into the index finger on your left hand. Exhale, plank pose, put both hands down to the ground. Cat your upper back, plank pose. Liquid spine, listen carefully. Lift your gaze forward. Lift your butt up like cow. Down dog. Keep your gaze forward until you're all the way in it. Now put your gaze at your navel. Now roll back forward to plank pose. Lift your gaze, keep it forward, down dog. Then at the end, click it into place. Right? So forward with a cat spine, back with a cow spine. Yes, Nicole, that was beautiful. Lift your left leg up and back. Bend and stack, inhale. Exhale, touch to the left. Breathe in, lift up, breathe out, cheetah. Inhale up and back. Exhale, Ekapada Kundinyasana 2, cut across to the right, arm balance, chaturanga your elbows. Put your left IT band onto your right arm. Maybe float it, maybe just feel that release. Lift it up and back, breathe in, bend and stack. Exhale, warrior 2 with slowness, with lightness. Open up. Close your eyes. Seek in. Seek in, find light. Breathe out any clinging. You have the opportunity to go deeper. Only you can take yourself there. Sit deeper into your left leg. Peaceful warrior, fill. Stay. Find integration. Are your ribs splaying open through the front? Have you lost the discipline in your left leg? Inhale, straighten your left leg. Exhale, take it forward, deconstructed triangle. Shorten your triangle stance. And drop your right hand to your left ankle. Reach your left arm underneath your right arm towards your right leg. Right? You can use your left hand to ground. I personally really have a hard time feeling the activity in my inner thighs. So I don't even when my hand is there, I don't feel my inner thigh working. I feel my quadricep engage. And that's how I know, because like my inner thigh twitches underneath my hand. But I actually can't feel it. I just know because my hand's there. That's how silly I am in my brain about my own body. One more inhale. Bound side angle, bend your left leg. Thread your left arm further underneath you. Lean your left shoulder further into your left thigh. Push it back towards the wall behind you. Breathe in, look down, exhale, step your right foot forward. Exhale to ground it. Inhale, tuck your chin to rise. Tuck your chin to rise so that your head is not fighting against the rest of your spine. Open up. Hug your outer hip muscles into your bones. Even if your eyes aren't closed, you can still practice discernment. Where does your body need you to send prana? Inhale. Break it down slowly. Side angle. Parshva Konasana. Step it back. Unravel your left arm down. Inhale, stretch your right arm long. Think about sending your fingertips more forward. Root through the back of your right foot more. Exhale, side plank, put your right hand down, stack open. Find foundation. You're disciplined to know that you have only forward to go as long as you listen to your body. Rock more weight forward into the index finger of your right hand. Rock star. Put your left foot behind you. Spin open from the head of your left shoulder. Right? Spin your deltoid. Feel your shoulder. Give your neck some room to breathe. Down to plank pose. Inhale, plank, liquid spine. Exhale, downward facing dog. Cat spine forward, plank, in. Cow spine back, down dog, out. One more time forward. Land in your downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up and back. Bend your knee, stack your hip. Move your right hand back about 3 inches. Bend your right knee more, reach your left hand back for your right foot. Balance. Go slow. Put your gaze at the instep of your left foot. Drishti. Balance. Breathe in. Ooh, give it another breath. And slowly release. Warrior 2. Viparita Virabhadrasana, peaceful warrior. Inhale. Radiant triangle, straighten your right leg. Pull in through your core, deconstructed triangle, scoot your left foot up with you, access your inner thigh. Breathe in, length through your left ribs. Breathe out, squeeze your right side booty more, squeeze your right side quadricep more. Bound side angle. Drop your right arm underneath you. Look down, exhale. Breathe in, go, bird of paradise. Exhale at the top of your mat, tuck your chin. Inhale, unfurl your gaze, rise to stand. Get your left leg straight first. Lean your right tricep into your right inner thigh more. Then kick open. Press into me. Exhale, set it down. Back to side angle, bind, keep your bind until you get there. Okay. Drop your right hand to the outside of your right foot, so underneath you. Good, Alex. Visvamitrasana, if you know it, just go there. If you need the modified version of it, drop your right knee down to the ground. Your left knee. Drop your left knee down to the ground. Kick your left foot behind you. All the way towards Ganesh, behind you. Slide your left knee in line with your right heel. Not so far forward, just slide it back. This way. This way. There. Drop your right arm underneath your right leg. Scoot your right foot back and pop your right heel up off of the ground. Ground down through your right hand. All right. Bend your right knee, pick your right foot up. Grab with your hand or lasso with your strap your right foot. Kick forward and look underneath your left armpit. Visvamitrasana. Now you can be modified or you can be upright, up to you. Put more weight in your back leg. Jason, lift your inner thigh up. That's perfect. Then just use your strength and breathe. You've got this. All right. Everybody drop your left knee down. Put both hands down. Swing your right foot back behind you. Modified side plank. Stack your right side over your left side. Pull your right knee into your chest. Grab your right big toe with your peace fingers. Utthita Hasta B in your modified side plank. Yes, push your hips towards Ganesh. Lift your left shoulder into your spine more. You can use a block underneath your hand. I really like that option. Give yourself the space to crack more open. Tabletop position, put both hands down to the ground. 8-point salute, jut your chin out, look forward. Drop your chin and your chest down to the ground. You can keep your knees down or you can tuck your toes, lift your knees off of the ground. You can stay here or take a chin stand. We've got Rebecca, she's doing it right here. This is a good, Nicole's doing a good one right here, right? So this is what you're looking for. Slither through, upward facing, breathe in. Downward facing, breathe out. Lift your left leg up and back, bend your knees, stack your hips, adjust your hands. Slide your left hand a little back, reach your right hand back for your left foot. Stabilization. Once you get it, roll your right shoulder open. Lift your left knee higher. Ooh, you got it though. That was good. Release. Warrior 2. Step forward, rise up. Inhale, peaceful warrior, tip back. Radiant triangle, straighten your left leg. Deconstructed triangle, take it forward. Remember, you always have the option here with your straps if you need to get more purchase out of it. Find the access to both of your inner thighs. Your upper body and your hands will help you. Breathe in. Side angle bind, bend your left leg. Marry your left side body onto your left thigh. Beautiful. Lean your head back. There. Perfect. Look down. Bird of paradise. Flow as yourself, but draw courage from those around you without using your eyes. Just know they're there. Back to bound side angle. And keep your left arm underneath you. Just let it go. Plant your hand to the outside of your left foot. Visvamitrasana with your right knee down or your right leg lifted up. You can take the modified version. You can get up in your modified version and decide to wiggle your left or your right leg out behind you and take it to the full version, right? So go incrementally. What if you only had to go forward instead of backtracking? Good. Turn your abs on. And Lynn said it earlier, reminded me when I took a big spill, if you fall out of it, that's because you're playing at your edge. Breathe in. Put both hands down. Put your right knee down. Modified side plank. Swing your left leg behind your right leg. Stack open to face the left side. Make sure your right knee is directly underneath your hip. Then pull your left knee into your chest. Find your Utthita Hasta B. Now, Alex, because your neck is crunching like that, let's put a block underneath your hand. Boom. And then lift your head up. Push your hips forward. Lean your heart more open. Lean back. Breathe in. Tabletop position. Put both hands down. 8-point salute. Look forward. Put your chin down. Put your chest down. Keep your knees down or tuck your toes. Lift them up. If your toes are lifted, you're probably close to your chin stand. You can play with it. Lift one leg. Scoot the other foot forward. And try to go without momentum. Up. Slither through. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Exhale. All right. Lift your right leg up and back. Bend your knee. Stack your hip. Inhale. Flip your dog. Take your bottom hand that's on the ground. Spin it. Spin your index fingers more to the left. Yes, Jason. Then turn your right palm down to the ground. Keep reaching to the left with your right hand. That way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. There you go. One more inhale. See, you could go if you just looked down more. Flip it back around. Warrior 2. Try to move fluidly through. Peaceful. Inhale. Straighten your right leg. Knit your front ribs in. Rock forward. Deconstructed triangle. Breathe in. Breathe out. Put more weight into the big toe of your right foot. Inhale. Stealth warrior. Let your hands crawl over to the left. Bend into your right leg like side angle. Look back. This is where you actually can use your exterior data point gatherers, i.e. your eyeballs, and look at your back foot and look at your back arch. Is it collapsed? Can you lift it up? Is your inner thigh just one straight line? Can you make it more like an arch? Are your feet even in alignment? Oh, you knew, right? Okay, so what I want you to do from here is your regular bound side angle. You try to spin your chest open this way. I don't want you to do that. I want you to keep your legs like they are, bind, and square your chest down to the ground. Now you've got a block. You can put it directly underneath your head. Start to reach your head for your block. If this is easy for you, what you're going to do, all right, so look at your back leg, right? You don't want to lose that on the way. There's a dance that happens here. You go down more, your back leg collapses more. Lift your back leg up, use your abs to go deeper. Use your inner thighs to go deeper. Take one more breath in. Put your hands down. Draw yourself into a quick little kneeling position because I'm going to show you what's up. Because I want you to have the visual, because it's worthwhile. But P.S., you can do your homework and get an Instagram account and go follow all the yogis on Instagram. All right, so you're already at this point. From here, you let go and hold here, much like what you've been doing so far. All right, so this is the dance. This wants to go down. To get your head down, got to keep it up. Then, that's in the way. Drop your head underneath your leg. You can still bind. You can let go and really try to work your leg solidly underneath your head. And let's say somebody actually gets there and they're all right. Try to hold on with your left hand, bend into your left leg, and take your visvamitrasana with your leg behind your head. Okay? It's so much fun, I promise you. Look, you gotta know where you're going. You gotta know that it's doable. I couldn't do that when I started, so I couldn't even touch my toes when I started, but let's go. Just step it into your stealth warrior on the right side and start from where you left off. So it's either a bind with your chest squared down, working your head towards your block, or your leg becomes the block and you'll put your leg behind your head. Ekapadasirsasana in Virabhadrasana B. All right? You gotta get rid of the gap between your right side body and your right inner thigh. That's where it starts to go. And if you're dropping your head down and getting your shoulders square, you gotta have a block there. Otherwise, you're not gonna have a data point. All right? You gotta close your eyes and breathe into all of your data points of your body. Touching things, struggling and working, that's a gift. That's sensation. All right, your exit, running man, or chaturanga dandasana. Lift your left leg up and back. Bend your knees, stack your hip, flip dog, Kamatkarasana. Spin your toes parallel to the back wall. Let your bottom hand spin with your fingers, bottom hand spin other way towards the Ganesh wall, towards your right. Work your left arm more to the right. Oh, beautiful wheels back here, ladies. Push your chest through if you're in wheel. Breathe in. Flip back over. Find warrior two. Lean back. Lift up against me. Peaceful warrior. Inhale. Radiant triangle, straighten your left leg. Zip your abs up. Deconstructed triangle, take it forward. Just use this to find your left inner thigh. Mine wants to be lazy. So I'm assuming that somebody else's probably does too. Maybe it's your right inner thigh. Inner thighs are notorious for that. Breathe in. Stealth warrior, exhale. Those of you who know it, just go there so other people have a visual guide. Breathe in, stealth warrior. Find your inner thighs. Find your left side booty. Your left side butt cheek is what's going to keep your right thigh up. Bind around your left leg. Drop your right shoulder down, put your head on a block. If you reach the floor is good too. If you can work your head behind your left heel or left calf muscle, then you can still bind. For me, I have to let go, spin my calf muscle even more over my left shoulder in order for that to be accessible. Lift your inner thigh up more, Jill. Tuck your chin more. Chaturanga or Ekapada Kundinyasana. Breathe in, upward facing. Breathe out, downward facing. You've got 2 blocks out in front of you. Position them underneath your hands on the lowest or the medium setting. Press into your blocks until your arms are straight. Scoot your feet up a little bit towards your hands. Inhale, look forward, dome your upper back. Exhale, punch your feet through between your blocks. L-sit. Who's going to do it first? Good. And then right back, shoot it back, downward facing. Good. Like 5 more of those. You can sit briefly if you need to reset your quads or something. Otherwise, just keep flowing. After, you're going to land your 5th one on your butt. The new flow from here, L-sit. If you know it, just go there. L-sit, press down through your blocks, lift your legs and butt up off of the ground. Worst case scenario, just lift one leg up off of the ground. If you're leaned back like this, pitch your chest forward like a forward fold, and it will help you to get your legs up. All right, archer's pose on your right side. Grab your left toes with your left fingers. Grab your right toes with your right fingers. Pull your right knee back. Archer's pose. Then put it forward. Put your hands down. L-sit. Archer's pose on the left side. Feel how the muscle of your hamstrings spirals when you pull your knee back. So it's not just side to side, it's side, L-sit, other side. If you need to, use your strap. Do archer's pose with a strap. Hold your foot with one hand, probably strap your straight leg, and pull back. Do an L-sit in between. Do 2 on each side. Sensation. Sensation is what will take you deeper, so you want to feel that sensation of your hamstrings spiraling from the inside to the outside. After you match sides, low lasana, which is just L-sit, cross your ankles, lift up, shoot it back, chaturanga dandasana. Yes, Jennifer, just like that. Pull your right knee into your chest, dome your upper back. Crescent lunge, step through. Inhale, rise up. Breathe out. Zip up your abs in the front. Notice if there's a tracking of your left knee into midline. Keep it open. Breathe in. Push against me. Zip up your abs. Lift up through your sternum. Perch pose. Dive forward over your right leg. Pull your left knee into your right knee. Drop your chin and forehead in. Breathe into your upper back. Fill. Exhale, step your left foot back to pyramid pose. Find your strap. Same goal as before, like in Humble Warrior. You want to have your hands wide enough that you can start to work your arms towards the ground overhead. One day you will be able to do this hand to hand. And then when you do that, there's like a completely different grip that you take, and it's brutal. And I cannot even begin to do that, so we're not going to go there. I'm just letting you know that if one day you get there, I know where to go next. Just let me know. Tuck your chin into your chest and bend with grace into your right leg as much as needs be. Feel the external rotation in the head of your shoulders, in the wrapping of your biceps and triceps. Set your strap to the side, keep it handy. Put your fingertips down to earth. Breathe in, put weight into your right foot. Breathe out, slide your back foot back, low lunge, drop your left knee onto the ground. Lift up. Here you can take a palm-to-palm grip if you would like, or you can still use your strap, but because you're upright and the goal is just to open your chest, you're welcome to just use a palm-to-palm grip. Lean your hips more forward. Lean your chest back more. You lengthen your triceps, and if you can't lengthen your triceps, then that might be a sign to use your strap. If your chin is way lifted and your neck is crunched, fix that. Breathe in. Lift your arms straight up. Exhale, take your twist to the right. Cut your full twist if possible. Easy twist if you just don't have any gas left in your tank. Bind your twist if it's available to you. Keep your left knee down in your bound twist so that you can really emphasize the length in your spine. Hug your outer hip muscles in more. Lean your upper back back more. Breathe more length into your right side body. Good. Breathe out, release slowly, half or full splits over your right leg. Either or doesn't matter. If you feel restriction in the outside of your right leg, let your right toes and knee flop out to the right and breathe into the IT band on your right side body. Lean into me. Yeah. All right, come on up. Pivot all the way to the back. Perch pose to the back. Breathe in. Exhale, pull yourself in closer to your left leg. Bend your knee, bend your knee. Pyramid pose with your step your right foot behind you. With your strap, remember that your thumbs are pointing in opposite directions. Move sensation from your elbows and your wrists into your shoulder heads and into your upper back. As I mentioned before, this pose makes me have an epic freak out moment about 3/4 of the way into it, and then it releases, Tuck your chin more to find that release. Push your strap away from you more to access the heads of your shoulders. Stick with it. Remember, soften your knee. Soften your left knee this time. Push your strap away from you more. Breathe in. Release your strap, crescent lunge, rise up to stand. Inhale, crescent lunge. Hold it. Fire up your left inner thigh more. Stabilize more with your right inner thigh. Zip up through midline. Inhale. Exhale, lower into low lunge. Take your heart opener in your low lunge. Oh, keep a clasp. I'm just going to pull you. Roll your biceps open more. Good. Slowly release, lift your arms up. Exhale, cut your right tricep to the outside of your left IT band. Light yourself up with your breath. Your path forward lies within you, your internal sense of self and your internal awareness. Hug your outer hip muscles into bone to twist more from your waist. Yeah. Ardha Hanumanasana or Hanumanasana over your left leg. Remember to feel sensation and modify accordingly. As I mentioned previously, you can flop your toes out to the left. You can point your toes and you can bend your left knee. There's all sorts of things that you can do. I can't show you the way forward. Only you can show yourself the way forward. If you're going to have your be on your fingertips, you got to use this kind of fingertip action. That way you can roll your shoulders more open. Lift up here. Spin halfway back towards the hallway. Frog or straddle splits. So if you have a straddle split, you can just spin into your Samakhanasana, same angle, which means your legs are at the same angle as one another. All right? Or, yeah. If I wasn't wearing a mic, I'd probably do a handstand on you right now, Caitlin. Yes? Find your inner thighs. Resist. Think of squeezing your heels around a box. Squeeze them in. Let your inner thighs relax after a breath or two. Pitch your hips more forward towards your knees. So lean your hip crease forward more. Now resist me this way. Even harder. Yes. Exhale, release. Hold yourself there. Just breathe. Well done. Come on up. Spin towards the front. Now I will show you where we're going for the last little bit of class. You're going to be laying down the rest of class. It's not an excuse to slack off. You have 2 blocks because I think pretty much everyone at some point in the game can use them. So you'll have 1 block as a pillow block, and you'll have 1 block as the oh shit block, which will be for your extended leg to use. Because as you get into Ekapada Sirsasana, laying down, there's this tendency for this leg to want to come up off of the ground, at which point you'll bend your knee. So I'll work. This is the most modified. This is slightly less. This is like a normal modification. This is not modified. And then this leg, most modified will be this, right? Or this. Or you'll be this. You know, you're starting to work towards this, basically, without the strap. All right, so when you start to close the gap between the top of your right thigh and your abdomen, that is when it's time for you to use your breath and your abs to curl yourself the rest of the way in. When you are straight here, then you can start to work into sort of like a laying down bird of paradise, basically, right? Kind of hold your own butt with your hand, and before you put your leg behind your head, your leg has to go straight like bird of paradise. All right? You can hold your butt. You can also brace here. If you feel like you could get longer here, brace here. If you feel like this butt wants to not work for you, hold your butt and make it work for you. Make it work. But, all right, so for real, then when you get to that point, legs straight over in bird of paradise, then you roll to the completely opposite side. That way there's no gravity on this side. Kick it straight again. Get your leg behind your head and bring it back to center. Now I'm in that oh shit mode. Oh shit, I could use a block. Right, to get more grounded and get that leg really solidly behind my head, which it now is. Bop. All right. You guys have all been working towards this all month long secretly. This was my plan from the beginning of July. So let's do it. All right, now you know the steps. You've seen it. You can do it. Pillow block, oh shit block. Have your strap handy. Listen to me from my own mistakes. All right? My hamstrings are, for the most part, 95% ready to play at any given point in time. But there's like a fiber here and a fiber there that want to act out, and they don't want to play with the rest of my hamstrings. So you have got to respect those hamstring fibers. The ones that are resisting going forward, you can't go forward without them. If they start talking to you and say, hey, I'm not ready to go there yet, or you have to use your butt more if you want me to go with you, you gotta listen to them. Otherwise, you'll stress out the rest of your hamstrings. They're very special like that, okay? So, yeah, grab your butt. Or, for me, my calf muscles want to wrap more. For where you are, the goal is to get your spine straighter. Good, Joe. Roll onto your left side. Extend your left leg, and then try to extend your right leg. Just get it long, yeah? Hold your butt. Hold it. Feel it work. Your ankle has to be straight. Your lower leg has to be straight, not just your hamstrings. Good, Anna. Bend your left foot there. Patience. This is the inner journey. Good, Rebecca. Very nice. Either or, whatever, it's engaged either way. All right, switch sides. The process is the same, the side is different. I'm actually going to give you the opportunity to go back to the other side, because this is one of those poses that gravity is helping you so extremely that it's very, very worthwhile. Ground yourself here. Bend this foot. Bend this knee. Ground it. Ground. That way you can get this all the way long. Quad, quad, quad. Catherine, this will help you to get those hamstrings nice and flexy. Get this foot down more. Nope. Yeah. Plant it. There. For you now, what you're going to do, so those of you who are using your strap, when you have, even with a bent leg, your thigh touching your abdomen, get rid of the strap and hold your foot. But then use your abs to keep yourself lifted and curled up. That heat that you're going to build by using your abs to curl yourself the rest of the way in is going to melt your hamstring if you stick with it. You got to use your booty to straighten your leg. You got to use your abs, and the more you exhale, the more your leg will straighten without lifting away from your abs. Curl in more, even more. Now, butt, quad, abs. Beautiful, Caitlin, just so. Good, Nassim, roll onto your right side. Don't fight it. Put your hand here to help you ground. It's a lot of touching places that you wouldn't normally touch in public, right? All right, go ahead and try the other side. Back to the right. Start by pulling your leg in. Bend this leg, even though it's nice and grounded. Go ahead and bend your knee up. Plant your foot. Bend this knee in. Now, if your leg's far away from your body, step one always is to work your thigh and your body into contact. And then it's that dance again. There's always going to be a dance somewhere, right? Maybe the dance is to straighten your leg. Jennifer, roll on to your left side. Here, I'll help you. There you go. My calf muscles are a sticking point for me in this pose. I always feel like I want to spiral them outward over my shoulder more for some reason, and it does totally work when I can do it. So if you feel that right now, know that that is a legitimate point of focus and concentration. Now, since your ankle, Jennifer, is so kinked like that, before you go any further, you're going to have to flex it and straighten your whole leg with your foot flexed. Now, I've touched on this before. Yeah, for the most part, you don't want your ankle to sickle, but you can get a deeper outer thigh stretch if your ankle sickles. However, if you never then access a fully flexed foot, then you'll miss out on some of that stretch on the inner portion of your hamstring. So you got to work, that's a dance for some people. The sickling of your ankle to get your outer hip stretch versus the flexing of your foot to get your medial thigh stretch. Hamstring stretch, whatevs. If you haven't worked towards the Ekapada Sirsasana portion, you can try to sling your right leg behind your head, and if you're done with your right side, move through center, go to the left side. So hold with your right hand, Jennifer. Cup your butt here. Switch it out. Switch your hands out. Now here is where you must kick your legs straight first. And instead of grabbing the bottom of your foot, grab over here. And pull your toes back towards your shin more. Now bend your knee and get grounded. Now get it the rest of the way straight. Now is the time to put your left leg behind your head, if that's where you're going. All right. Let it hang loose to center. Make sure you know where your blocks are. Then have them handy enough. Cross your legs. You can cross just regular casual cross, or you can butterfly, also is totally legit. You're going to do a supported fish. Make sure that you have a block underneath your head and have your legs crossed to let everything just relax in your lower body. You can choose to take this more meditative. I'm going to give you a prompt, or you can completely zone out from what I'm saying and just be in yoga nidra. All right? So if it were me, and the meditation that I did yesterday was to notice which of my chakras needed the most healing. All right? Sometimes you can focus on a chakra that's already in good order, but I needed to clean house a little bit. So if you're focusing on first chakra, that would be in your feet, your legs, and your pelvic floor area. If you're focusing on that, then the idea is to access a healthy amount of foundation, grounding, a sense of home, belonging. If your emphasis is second chakra, that's in between your hip bones up to a little bit below your belly button. That's associated with sensuality, experience, dance, movement, sensation. If you need healing there, those are some of the concepts upon which you may bring your focus and into that area. If you're in third chakra, your solar plexus, sort of your breastbone down to your belly button, that's your sense of self, my I amness, your I amness. Is it healthy? Is it too egoic? There's a balance of ego that can be quite healthy. You need to know about your own character and the goodness within you. Fourth chakra, heart. Just as you might expect, love, expression of love, receiving love. You are worthy of love. Throat chakra. Fifth chakra, throat, nose, ears. Are you both capable of listening as well as speaking? Do you speak your heart? Do you speak your mind? Do you speak your truth? Third eye center, sixth chakra, just where it says it is, your sense of discernment. What path are you on? Does it feel good for your soul? Does it feel like a truth for you? Or even smaller than that, how is your body in space? Can you sense yourself in space through this internal sense? Crown chakra, seventh chakra, perception. The perception of yourself as not apart. We are all connected. We are all one. In fact, there are no differences. There are no we's. We are just one big universal self. Can you know that as part of your truth? Yoga is a seeker's practice that burns in the heart of true students. It is a desire to know firsthand what life is really all about. In the quiet space of your inner body, there is a truth so deep that it will forever change you. It must be experienced, tasted, touched, but you can't hold on to it, and the more you try, the faster it fades away. If you gently guide your mind into the channel of your heart, you'll find your path. And there it sits, the light of your heart, brilliant, your luminous self, infinite, compassionate, and wise. You have that light within you. Allow it to shine. And touch back into your center with your breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly make your way upright. Turn into the center, face one another. Pull your hands into your heart. Whatever chakra you focused on and whatever healing you needed to experience, it's not only there for you in this room, but it's there for you always. Cleanse out whatever junk was in there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Light yourself up with one round of Om. Breathe in. My students, my yogis, be ever a seeker of your luminous self. It lies within you. Shine your light. Connect to your spirit. Namaste.